Good morning, everyone. And when that song comes on, we know what that means. It's Monday at 11 o'clock. It's time for All Bets Are Off right here at Hope for Holyoke. Also, it's Monday, and that means new hours of operation. Right now, from July 1st, it went well all weekend long. We were open from 9 to 2 on Saturday and Sunday this week. And we're starting our brand new schedule. You can find that on our Facebook page. Just click on the link and you'll be able to bring that up. And you'll be able to download the monthly schedules in English and Spanish for everything going on here at Hope for Holyoke. So Monday through Friday from 9 to 9. Today we've got some new groups happening. They're on our Facebook page. And thank you for being here today. Tonight we have writers group and we have our new journaling group. It's judgment-free journaling tonight from 6 to 7. So come on in and experience the new 9 to 9 right here at Hope for Holyoke. We may be jumping around and going crazy because this is new for us also, but we're very excited on the new schedule. So it's Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. And Saturday and Sundays from 9 to 2. Woo! We're still at 100 Suffolk Street in Holyoke. We'll be here for a while. So if you're interested in coming on down, filling out an application, taking a tour, getting to know what we're all about, please do. And you can become a member here. Membership has its privileges right here at Hope for Holyoke. We're here for you to come on down and join us. We have groups all morning long. Morning motivation is at 10 o'clock. We have a guided meditation at 9:30. So check out that schedule and come on down and be a part of the Hope for Holyoke experience. And once again, thank you to all our staff, peer leaders, and volunteers for the hard work that they do and the dedication to Hope for Holyoke. And if you have any questions, please call us. It's 413-561-1020, and you can come down and find out a lot about what's going on here. And also grab a membership application, fill it out, find out when the next orientation is. And you too can become a member of Hope for Holyoke and become part of all the trips, dinners, functions, and everything else we do here, because membership has its privileges. I want to thank all our community partners, such as Big Y Foods, who help us with the food donations every week, and we can pass that on to many of those in need, such as Kate's Kitchen. I want to thank Steve Sports. I want to thank Rick Sales and Service. I want to thank Suited Up Springfield, Dress to Success, Judge Hadley, and our host agency, the Gandara Center in Springfield, for all they do to keep us moving and grooving every day of the week. And if you like what we're doing here at Hope for Holyoke on our Facebook pages, Brother John, Kathy, and everyone else who's doing live performances here, live shows, give us a like and a follow on our Facebook page, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we're coming across there right now live for you. So you can do that. Our YouTube channel is at Hope for Holyoke Recovery Center. So once again, today is all bets are off. And up in the corner up here, where my finger is, if you take a picture of that little square, that's a QR code, you'll be able to download the calendar into your phone immediately. And now you'll have all the meetings, 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. You'll have all the meetings that you can do right here at Hope for Holyoke. And once again, our phone number is 413-561-1020. I'm Kevin. I'll be with you for the short period of time on this gambling support group episodic today. So thanks again. So a little bit of what we're going to be talking about today has to do with gambling and gambling addiction. And you may not even know you have a problem with gambling until it hits you right in the face and catches up to you. Like most addictions do, there's a progressive nature to them. And with that nature of the progression just says, okay, things will get better. Okay, I'm on a losing streak. Okay, next thing you know, you're putting the keys under the floor mat of your car because they're taking that away. And same thing with the house and the family, and now you're broke. And everything that has to do with all of the uh, addictional problems do happen with gambling, even though it may be a petty anti-card game that you start with, or playing marbles as a kid and you want all of everyone's crystal boulders, and you got to be careful. Gambling problems can happen to anyone, anytime, from any walk of life. And gambling goes from fun to harmless diversion to an unhealthy obsession. This one's going to win. Can you watch this machine, man? It's going to hit. I got to go get more money. And next thing you know, you're writing checks that your bank account can't cash, and all your credit cards are maxed out. And those are some of the serious consequences. Friends I know, really important people now in the gambling community, have gone to jail and stolen from their jobs, and created this situation of problems that constrain relationships. So even if whether you're betting on sports, scratch tickets, roulette, poker, slots, in a casino, at the track, or online, gambling problems constrain many relationships, not only personal, professional, with your children, and now you're living in anger management because, wow, now your tag sales are frequently every weekend because you're trying to earn the income and make it so that you can have enough to gamble with. And there goes the summer vacations and the new cars, and now you're taking public transportation. But hey, we accept less to do what we want to do. That's what we do. We don't have to be that way. So a gambling addiction is also known as pathological gambling, compulsive gambling, gambling disorders. In an impulse control disorder, if you're a compulsive gambler, you can't control the impulse to gamble. So how many of us have addiction problems? Raise your hand. Yeah, a lot of people out there have addiction problems. I see that. Um, Good morning, Kathy. How are you? Hope your day is going good. Yeah, it was a good day Sunday. Ray wants to give you double to come back again next week. But no gambling away our money. Thank you for being here. And Sunday was a great day, I heard here at Hope for Holyoke. So if you want to leave a comment, you can, and leave your comments in the chat session, and we will get to them as soon as possible. And so thank you again. And everybody is welcome to stop in on Sundays and Saturdays and see what's going on here at Hope for Holyoke. We got many things happening, so look at our calendars, and we'll be able to help you with that. Or give us a call at 561-1020. So where was I? Gambling. So of course, if you also have a gambling problem, without being totally out of control, problem gambling in any gambling behavior that disrupts your life, if you're preoccupied and disrupts your life, if you're on this thing, on all kinds of different, I'm not going to tell them, I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of giving them free advertising, but the people who run the different gambling sites and sports bets, and you're like this all day, and your work fails, you might take a look at your problems with gambling. And of course, if you're always chasing losses, Now your bets start at $1, and then they go to 10 and 20 and 50 and hundreds to try to make it up, and you can't let it go. You might have a gambling problem. See, the thing about is thing about all types of addictions is that they're self-diagnostic. We're the ones who make that choice. We make, we look at people's identifying talks, or we look at people who say, "Hey, how you doing? I think you may have a problem." Our family, but it doesn't matter until we really look at the fact that we're powerless over these situations. Then we're always going to be in that. I'm okay. Uh, there's no problem here. Um, and and addiction is tough because it controls the mind and body. So when the mind starts to go crazy, physical cravings happen to some points of being sick and getting nauseous and going crazy. And you'll do anything to be able to do what you need to do. And so many gamblers also suffer from substance abuse issues, as we talked about. Um, some of them have unmanaged ADHD, stress, depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder. And to overcome gambling problems, it's also recommended that you'll also need to address some of these underlying conditions as well. Although it may feel like you're powerless to stop, there are plenty of things you can do to overcome the problem, repair your relationships, your finances, and finally regain control of your life. And the first step is to separate the myths from the facts about gambling problems. So many myths about gambling is you have to gamble every day to be a gambler. Through my research and the friends I know in the programs, a problem gambler may gamble frequently or infrequently. Gambling is a problem if it causes problems. Wow, isn't that simple? A simple diagnosis. Gambling is a problem if it causes the problem. Wow. Myth. Problem gambling is not really a problem if the gambler can afford it. Talk to Michael Jordan. Problems caused by excessive gambling are not just financial. Too much time spent on gambling can also lead to relationship and legal problems, job losses, mental health problems, including depression, anxiety, and even suicide. Many times, I've sat there looking for the oranges, putting the money in and hitting those buttons and saying, "This is the time where I hit the big one." Well, by the time you hit the big one, you already spent the money that you would have made anyways. So having a gambling problem is just a case of being weak-willed or irresponsible or unintelligent. That's a myth. Gambling problems affect people on all levels of intelligence and all backgrounds. In the old days, they used to do the daily number, and you'd put in a quarter, and it would be the racetrack. The last three races on the thing, the last numbers was the number 742, 851, and everyone would throw 50 cents in a pot trying to win $5. And that made a lot of people a lot of money, except for the people who lost. So previously responsible and strong-willed people are just as likely to develop a gambling problem as anyone else. Just go by any convenience store. And this is a true story. I went to a convenience store, and I sat in a chair. And all of a sudden, this lady comes up and starts screaming at me because I'm in her Keno chair. And all I was doing was sitting there writing a thing down on a piece of paper. And she meant it. I just jujued her for the entire day because I sat in her chair. And then she's screaming at the other guy that he didn't save the chair. And so I just got up and waved to my friend behind the counter and left. Because that's how mentally obsessed and crazy that this stuff can get. Another myth is that partners of problem gamblers often drive their loved ones to gamble. That's like saying you drove me to drink. Um, so problem gamblers often try to realize and rationalize their behaviors, blaming others to avoid is one way to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. And the last myth is if a problem gambler builds up a debt, you should help them take care of it. You know, quick fix solutions. I need 20 grand. Well, I'll do it this time. Thank you. You think that 20 is going to go pay it off, or is he going to try to double that? Or she? And it's even getting younger today. Uh, Male, female, youths, doesn't matter, race, color, creed, sexual preference, anything. Gambling is a disease and an addiction that will kill you one way or another. So, however, bailing the gambler out of debt may actually make matters worse. So, there are many different signs if, to show that gambling has become a problem. If you feel the need to be secretive in your life about gambling, you might have a problem. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm white as snow, man. But what I do is I take $1, I, I send it to the mass lottery, and I play one large ticket for a year, and I get a season ticket, and then I put it away. And if we ever won anything, they mail it to me. So I'm not hanging around the barbershop waiting for a haircut. Um, but that's all really the harmless nature of what I do. But I'm not out there scratching $50 tickets when I made $50 that day at work. And and they're just going to get higher and higher because everyone's looking for that instant gratification. So I have trouble controlling the gambling is another thing to look at. Once you start, can you stop? And once you stop, can you stay stopped? It means can you stay stopped between your ears? Can you have the ability not to think about it 24 hours a day? I should have bought that last ticket or I should have made this number. So gambling is something where if it's keeping up on you and I should have, could have, would have, then you may have a problem. Gambling, even when you don't have the money, that's a big one. You know, I used to go drinking all the time on the kids' diaper money, and I'd come home and my wife would be putting newspapers around their butts, and I felt nothing. I needed it for what I needed it for, and people do that with gambling. So if friends and family are concerned about you, it's not a sign of weakness to say, okay, let's take a look at this. Let's do this together. Let's make the changes. I really want a better life. I really don't want to do this anymore. So, if this is you, if this is you out there, you have a chance to make things right. You still have a chance to save your life, your homes, your families, and everything else by becoming part of a Gamblers Anonymous meeting. Gamblers.gov. There's online individuals that are willing to help you. There's people who will become coaches online, and there's also gambling groups to attend. So every first and third Monday at 11 o'clock, right here in this building, you can either see Phil, Ricardo, or James. They put on a great gambling meeting. And if you wish to meet in private to talk about these issues, you can set that up by calling either one of those gentlemen at 413-561-1020. If you're listening in from an organization and you want the gambling ambassadors to come to your place and put on a presentation, you can do that by calling James, Phil, or Ricardo at 413-561-1020 and ask for the gambling ambassadors, and they'll be able to hook you up because you may be out there saying, yeah, I have a problem. And I think there's a lot of that going around where I work or at the place that I attend or over, gambling is becoming an issue. residential community centers, that they'll go out and they'll do that job by bringing you the message and giving you options on the table. So once again, we want to thank you all, and don't forget our new groups, new hours, every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 9, Sundays, 9 to 2, and you too can become part of Hope for Holyoke by coming down, filling out an application, taking a tour, and becoming a volunteer and hopefully a peer leader in the future, where you can facilitate some meetings and get active in our outreach programs. Hope for Holyoke has great outreach. So once again, I want to thank you all for being here. Remember, do us a favor. One big favor is you can follow us on Facebook and give us a like. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to Hope for Holyoke Recovery Center on YouTube. Helps us pass our message, helps us with all of what we do, and more followers, more friends. So thank you again for being here.